going on, ladies and gentlemen? How's it going, man? How's it going? So, how you doing a documentary, bro, for the Intruders, man? Just want to get you guys a little insight about what's going on today, what you guys are doing.
Yeah, right here, I'll start grilling in a little bit.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Right on, man.
New tradition.
New tradition.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me get that. There you go.
Right on.
Yeah, brother, I got you, man.
Right on.
Yeah, we're going to be out here. We're obviously live ride. We're going to be out here throughout the day, man, just filming everybody.
Right on.
Filming everybody, putting the documentary together for them and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, man. What's going on, guys? This is Saturday afternoon at Rizzity Parkway. We're at the Intruders Car Club, their second annual picnic. My name is Agent Zero from Live Ride Podcast. We're out with a few founding members and the president of the Intruders. And we have a congressman and senator here talking about some laws and stuff that you're trying to get passed. We're just going to dive in a little bit and find out the history and what's going on and why they're putting on this event today. So we'll start out with any questions, or if you guys want to make statements, introduce yourselves, whatever.
Go ahead. Start over here.
Have some fun with this, man.
Carl Zarati, founding member.
And I'm State Representative Cesar Aguilar.
Yeah, I'm Jimmy Arbizu. I'm a current president.
Eddie Martinez, founding member. All right, man. So we're out here today. Obviously, it's a nice turnout, man. It's a great turnout, man. I mean, for one, it's got to be at least a mile and a half long from to end, you know. We've been looking at all the cars, man, nice rides and everything like that. So Intruders, second annual. I know you guys been around since 1976, but this is the second annual. Obviously, there's gonna be more. Tell me a little bit about history about it. What makes Intruders? What has made Intruders stick around so long? What made Intruders be a force in the Arizona community of lowriders? What was the driving force to keep it around?
Just a brotherhood, you know. We became like brothers back in the day. We were young kids. Started the club out. We started growing and got involved with a couple of congressmen, and a couple of Earl Wilcox and stuff like that. Started building a name. Built the name pretty good, and then this guy took over.
It's Jimmy, right?
Yeah, this guy is Jimmy Arbizu.
This guy Jimmy. Tell us a little bit about what made you decide to take over the Intruders.
Well, you know what? We split off another club, but we kicked it around. There was a few of us, probably about 18 of us, and we kind of kicked it around. And what I wanted to do was bring back a club from back in the days, an original club, you know, D4 Arizona club, and that's the Intruders. I'm from Phoenix, born and raised, and I wanted something that said Phoenix, Arizona, and the Intruders say it all. You know, not only that, the name makes a statement. So when we were thinking about bringing it back, I mentioned it, and then we talked to another guy, Gerald Osorio, and he had it. And he kind of said, hey, do what you want. So when we put it together, our first show, we started in with 32 cars, you know. So, and shoot, a few years back, I think we showed like 54 cars. And next year, we're planning on showing more.
At the Arizona Super Show? Or
yes.
Nice. That's a big turnout every year anyways.
Yeah.
And so you've been around obviously for a long period of time, man. How do you feel about today's event? How do you think that's been going?
Oh man, you know I love it, man. I said the way I see it, it's one big family, you know, except different names. That's all it is. It's like my family's the Arbizus, the Busamantes, the Canyeses, the Tornados. You know, over here you got the Intruders. You got different clubs out here, Otra Vida. You got a bunch of different clubs, and I think there's about 20. There's about 20 different clubs out here. What's going on, brother?
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of clubs out here, man. And yeah, there's like I said, this is at least a mile or maybe even a mile and a half long, man.
Oh yeah,
double sided and stuff.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere out here, man. Obviously, it's family oriented and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, people in Arizona, around the Lowrider community, even outside of the Lowrider community, they at a certain point they have to respect this. They have to be. It has to be respected as a family event. You know, we should no longer be perceived as drug dealers, thugs, you know, troublemakers, you know, and stuff like that. Because we're not. We're all family men. For the most part, you know, everybody has families and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And me, this is my first event with Intruders coming out here, and I gotta say, man, I'm very impressed, man.
Yeah.
I'm very, very impressed, and I'm more than happy to have you guys invite us out to be part of this, man, and do what we're doing.
Well, you know, you got different people in here. You got, he does glass. He's retired. We got another member right here that's a congressman, you know, and I'm a retired city worker, you know. Yeah, we had the biggest cruise in Arizona, period, in Tolleson, and they shut that down, you know. And that's actually the mayor and one of the city councilmen, you know, that didn't want it. My cousin Anna told us she was poor, and she's like, why did they shut it down? You know, what's the problem? You know, because we brought over 3,000 people, probably more. You know, probably a good 800 cars to Tolleson. You know, for maybe not even a little over half a mile. It took 50 minutes to get from the freeway to Van Buren. You know. So I really don't know what the problem really is, but people perceive us as something different, and we're family members. You know, I've got my daughters, I've got my grandkids, I've got my nephews, my nieces, everybody here. You know.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What you got going on?
I'm car owner of Phx AZ, one of the original founding members. The Intruders Car Club. It wouldn't be where it is today if it wouldn't be for Jimmy. We're one of the most longest running, most respectable car club in Arizona. It's family. Every time we have a gig, everybody shows up. All the car club and show up. It's something that part of our culture, you know, our cars. We all have nice cars. We spend a lot of time on them. I'm very proud to be a part of the organization.
And how long? You said you're one of the founding members. What got you into the Intruders? Were you kind of like, hey man, you coming with us? Or?
You know what? I went to a car wash on 43rd Avenue in Indian School when I was 15 years old, and I ran into Carlos and some other friends from Amber High School, and I rolled in there with my '68 Impala, and they said, hey, you know, we're gonna go cruise down Central. Why don't we go cruising down Central? So we did, and we just kept getting together, bigger and bigger, and so one day, one of the guys from California said, hey, we should become a car club. You know, we're always going somewhere, and you know, we should make ourselves known. So we had a meeting, and then the Intruders Car Club name came about. And that was in 1975. We made it official in 1976.
You guys been going strong ever since.
Oh, we've been going stronger and stronger and growing every year.
Right. And how do you feel about today's event?
Oh, it's extraordinary. I mean, probably every car club in town is here. If they're not, the presidents or vice presidents are here. Their members didn't show up, but they came to be part of it to show respect. Very well organized.
It was a very well organized. David here. David has a lot.
David's the one that had a lot to do with it.
Appreciate it, man. Definitely a lot of effort by everybody.
You don't have no choice.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
So with today's event, what highlights do you think? I mean, it's gonna stick with you for forever. What
The coming together you know, that I'm proud that I'm 65 years old. And I'm glad that I'm still able to do this. It keeps me young. It gives me something to do. And we're happy when we come out with the club. You know, we're family. You know, it's one big happy event.
Nice, right on, man.
I'm very proud and happy to be part of it.
You know, and as the younger generation is getting more and more involved in it, man.
Exactly.
I know you guys probably have grandkids and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
And seeing them come along in the Colorado community, I mean, it's got to say something, you know, towards the mentality of your club is, you know, like
it's rubbing off on them. I got a grandson that's next in line, so he's the one going to be taking over my car.
Right.
And keep the tradition going on. Just like some of the guys in the club, they have grandkids and grandkids too. They'll be becoming part of the next Intruder generation.
That's good to hear that, man.
Yeah.
And I gotta ask one question for everybody, man. Real quick. We haven't got to you yet, but we will, man. I promise. The support system, man. Wives, girlfriends, it plays huge in this environment. You know,
there's a saying, behind every good man stands a woman pushing him. Right. Without these women here today, because they do all the cooking, the prepping.
They organize.
Yeah, they're good organizers. Without them, we'd be lost.
Yeah, I've seen them on the grill. They're organizing some of the food and stuff. Yeah, man. So they're a real big part of this, you know.
Yeah.
And we got to give them a shout out. You know, they don't get very much recognition. You know, for the longest time, lowriding's always been what they consider a man's sport.
Yeah.
But nowadays, there's more and more women that are getting involved in doing their own thing and making their own car clubs and stuff like that. And that's got to leave a lasting impression on everybody too. It's like, and we got some women out here that are competing top notch.
The wives enjoy it. They love it. They love getting dressed up. And
You know, it wasn't like that before.
Was that?
When we started this club, it wasn't like that before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It has evolved into that.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's get to you now, man. I'll give you the mic, man.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you got going on, man, and history and everything else, man.
So kind of to piggyback off of him, today Jimmy told me he was gonna adopt me, and I was gonna get his cars.
Hey, wait a second. He made that same promise to me. Wait a second.
We got that on video.
He's got 10 cars. He said, pick one, you know. No, but no. So I got involved in this because you know I was born and raised in Arizona. My parents are immigrants, and my dad grew up on 19th Ave and Maldonado, right by Central. And so he would always tell me stories of cruising on Central and how big it was. My dad never had a lowrider. He always had a Bronco or a Ford, so he would tell me his stories, and you know, going to college, I took Chicano studies, and one of the things they taught us was about cruising, lowriding, the history of lowriding, and so I think it's cool to be, you know, with people that founded these car clubs, and they talk about, you know, this is Mexican American culture, man. This Chicano culture. When veterans came back from the war, they started modifying their cars, and they started to express themselves in their cars, and that to me is beautiful. When you look at that car, it's more than just a car, it's an artwork. It represents, you know, the people we are, and I tell people this is American history, it's Mexican American history, so let's not have these stereotypes that they have on our community, because we're American, and we also are Mexican. You know, you walk in here, you saw the flags, you see Mexico, you see the United States. So you feel just like you feel at home when you come to these events. So this year I introduced a bill to legalize cruising in the state of Arizona, and we got it out of the House, got it to the Senate, and then it died in the Transportation Committee. We were able to get both Republicans and Democrats on board with it, which was really cool to see. You don't really see both parties work together to pass legislation but this we were able to pass it to the side, and it didn't go all the way through, but we're hoping next year. I've been getting more involved and trying to get the car clubs to come down to the Capitol, and they got to see how difficult it is to pass a bill. It's not easy, and even if they teach you at school how the legislature works, it's not how the book is. It's a lot more complicated than that. So I think for me, it's cultural, right? Like it's for our people. When you grow up in Arizona, you grow up with bills like SB 1070. You grow up being discriminated, and I think that's part of like the cruising why it's illegal, because it was discriminating Chicanos. And so to me, it's important for where I come from, for my community, and I hope that next year we end up legalizing cruising, because I think it's more than just a law. It's it shows that we have people power and that our culture is being represented in the state. Yeah.
That's good, man. So this time next year, if everything works out, this won't only be an Intruders picnic. It'll be
everybody
cruising. Cruising passes the law. And hopefully, that'd be great, man. And I'm glad that people are actually, doing things like this to help promote, the Chicano culture, the lowriding and stuff like that. Because as you can see, man, if you look around, I mean, how many these people can't be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no arguing, there's no fighting, it's all family oriented, man.
Hanging out, yeah.
You got little kids running around, and stuff. It's like nobody's getting out of hand, nobody's showing up, nobody's doing nothing.
One thing you'll never see in any other car organization is a picnic like this. This is only in the lowrider community. I've been to a lot of high rod events. I've been to bikers. I've been to forward drive events. The way the lowrider, the unity in the lowrider community is, you'll never see this anywhere else.
Right. So that's nice, man. You want to add something to this, David, man? Come on.
I just want to give a shout out to everybody who came to the event. Live Ride Podcast, Intruders Car Club, established in 1976, Arizona's first car club. And I just want to add that to see the families come together like this, if you can show me any way to bring families together, whether it's low riding, whether it's anything you can think of, if you show me a way to bring my family and everybody else's family together like this, I'm 100% for it. It just so happens to be low riding does it for us, and that's what we do. And this is what works for us. And this is what keeps our kids straight and in tune with family and some of the old school ways. And you know what? Here we are. And look at it. It's a beautiful day. So I appreciate it.